I made that a little bit too sweet. I just made myself an elderflower with sparkling water, and yeah, I definitely put way too much elderflower in this. And I mean, I barely put any in these days. I put like maybe a teaspoon because I don't need a lot and I don't want a lot in it. Anyway, I think this is probably going to be a new vlog. Welcome back. Hope you're having a fantastic week. Just wanted to say thank you for all the love and support that this channel is getting at the moment. I very much appreciate it. Today is Friday, and as of this week, so I work full time, and my boss has recently said that because I get in every day early, 20 minutes early, he's given me an hour back of my time on a Friday afternoon. So I'm finished for the week, and I left at 2:30. I left the office at 2:30. It's now 3 o'clock. But I feel very grateful because it does mean that I feel like I have almost half a day left, which obviously isn't quite half a day, but it kind of, it's almost there. Anyway, I feel very grateful. And so today, all I'm going to do is sand the ceiling as much as possible, get it finished. I'm pretty much like 70% of the way done. I just need to do a little bit more. I'm probably going to try and sand above this line all around the room because I think there's newish plaster on the wall, which I can't really tell what's going on with it. I probably need to Google it, to be honest. But the white up here is, some of it's peeling off. I don't know if that's just old plaster. I don't really know. So I'm gonna have a look into that. If you know, please leave it in the comments. That'd be great. Because I don't know what it is and I need to figure it out. I'm gonna probably try and just sand over the bits that are peeling off to try and make it look nice. I don't really know. Anyway, we're figuring this out as we go, and that's the beauty of this adventure. I don't like the word journey. It feels like cringe almost. Adventure. Anyway, on that note, let's get sanding. There's something oddly satisfying about filling cracks in a wall. Not the big dramatic jobs, just the small ones, the hairline fractures and the little splits that have appeared over time. In this house we're working with lime plaster, and I've come to appreciate it for what it is. It breathes with the house, shifts with the seasons, and tells a story through every line and every mark. I used to think the only solution was to replaster the whole wall, start fresh, spend the money, get it done professionally, and maybe one day we will, but for now I've decided to take a different route, a slower, softer one. So today I'm working my way across this wall, gently filling the cracks with polyfiller. It's not a fast job, but it doesn't really need to be. I take my time, smoothing it in with care, like stitching a torn seam. There's a kind of rhythm to it. Press and smooth, and then again. At one point, I stood back and realised the wall was starting to look like something straight out of the Marauder's map. Tiny white trails spreading across the surface like secret paths. It made me smile, because isn't that exactly what the renovation is? A journey mapped out slowly, one crack at a time. I know this isn't a perfect fix, I know the lines will return in places, but the beauty of lime plaster is that it allows the home to shift and breathe. It's lived in, not showroom slick, and I'm okay with that. Besides, doing it this way saves us money. A full replaster would cost more than we want to spend right now, and more importantly, I don't want to rush it just to get it done. There's something so peaceful about doing the jobs that are often overlooked. It's quiet work, no loud tools, no dust clouds, just me, the wall, and a bit of filler. And when I step back at the end of the day and see a slightly smoother surface, knowing I've given this old wall a bit of care, it feels good. It feels enough. Renovations aren't always grand transformations. Sometimes they're gentle repairs, tiny moments of progress, a little peace in the chaos. I'm Leah, and this is number 95. We're renovating slowly, intentionally, and always with care. I really love the fact that you're here. Good morning, everyone. It is the next day and it is 9:30 on Saturday the 7th of June, and I'm back on the floor and I'm going to be still polyfilling. Is that a word? I don't know. I'm going to be using this bad boy to continue to fill all the cracks in this wall. I've been told that it might be easier to plaster the whole wall, but because I know this is breathable, I don't want to cover it up with I know you can get breathable stuff nowadays, but I just don't want to take the risk. So, and also it's more about making sure that the foundations of the home, which I believe this wall probably is from the look of it, I just don't want to ruin it. And because we're only the 4th people to own this house, I take that very seriously, and I just want to make sure that I'm not doing things to the structure of the property. Also, let's talk about money for a moment. Getting the whole thing replastered is probably a lot of money. I am more than happy to spend the time sitting here doing this, because also and I know some people might think I'm very strange to feel this way, but the thought of doing this morning really excited me. And, you know, I love just sitting and doing things that are not stressful, that are relaxing, but I feel like I'm still working, which is what I feel like I'm doing now. And so, yeah, I feel very happy, very grateful to be sat here doing this Saturday morning. Right, let's see how this goes. I mean, it's definitely working. It is, I probably did too high of a thing. Well, no, I don't think so. I think I just need to sand it some more. These bits are fine. That's just a bit thick. But yeah, I think it actually is going to work, which is great to know. Obviously, it was always going to work because that's what polyfiller is, rather. But, I mean, that's perfect, this bit. My goal is to not obviously have lines and mess everywhere through the paint, like 3D, you know, mess. But yeah, I think we're going to be good. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me just make sure that lens is on right. I put on a different lens. I don't know whether this is going to make me look a bit strange. I think it might be a fisheye lens, but I don't really know. So we're just going to go with it. Thank you for watching this video. It is now the evening of the same day that you've been watching. And I have done a lot of the wall over there. I've also sanded it slightly, which is what you just saw. And I will say it produced a lot more dust than I was expecting. So that was interesting. However, it definitely is going to be really good when it's done. I'm already convinced that this is the right thing to do, so I'm happy that I sticked with my gut and carried on using the polyfiller. There's a lot more wall to do, as you can see around. Thankfully, I believe that these walls are kind of the end of that, because this is the old property behind me. What I'm sitting in right now is the extension that was built in the 80s, so it won't have the same yellow tinge of plaster that it does in this room. So yeah, anyway, lots to do, but I'm so grateful and I feel very at home here, which is really lovely. It feels very peaceful. Even through the dust and the mess, we're still, yeah, I mean, I definitely still feel really calm and really just at peace with what we're doing. I feel like it's the right thing to do. If you like the video, it would really help me out if you would subscribe and give the video a like. And if you have any advice, comments, whatever, please leave them in the comments, because it really helps me know what to do, because I am a beginner with property renovations. So any help would be greatly appreciated. Bye.